is Govs Radio.
Govs Radio.
Everybody, it's Georgia Rose. Welcome to Soul Space. Must be Tuesday night at 6:30 because I'm here every Tuesday at 6:30. Welcome everybody. I am hoping that you all survived our full moon in Scorpio last night. It was absolutely stunning and gorgeous. I put my crystals out to charge. If you have crystals and you like to work with crystals, the full moon is always the best time to put your crystals out, get some energy into them, and recharge them. So who have I got online tonight? I've got Joanne and Marianne, and everybody's starting to pile on now. So I want to tell you guys that we have some big doings coming up on Govs Radio. I'll be talking to you about that in a couple of weeks, but until then I have to keep it really quiet. So what should we do tonight? Tonight we're going to talk about the moon. I felt like we should do that because last night the full moon was so intense. I have to say I had trouble getting to sleep. It was one of those nights where you just wanted to stay outside and take in the moonbeams. Did you see it, Sally? Did you get outside?
I did get outside. I thought it was really beautiful.
It was, and it was a very intense moon. We're going to feel that energy for a few days. And then it'll kind of move away. I think when you got up this morning, if you felt the energy shift, that was probably because things are starting to move out of the intensity that they were. You know, the moon moves out of a sign every 2 days, so it doesn't usually last very long. I'm looking up at the screen to see who's there. Christine Fay, I haven't talked to you in a while. I hope you're feeling better than you have been and doing good. Always such a sunny, smiley person. I have Sarah on as well. I love that at Govs we're starting to get this beautiful community from all around America, and everybody's so supportive. My dream, my ideal is one day to have a beautiful event where we can all share a weekend or something and do a Zencuda retreat. So that'd be really cool. So if you want to call into the show tonight, we're going to talk about moons. If you want to tell me your moon sign, if you know your moon sign, we'll talk about that. Or somebody that you know, if you have a moon sign you want to talk about. Or just the moon in general. How to make your wishes, your hopes, your dreams come true on a full moon, a new moon. If you want to call in, the number is 516-465-3990. So we're almost through Taurus season. I know you're a Taurus, Sally. Did you and Tony have birthdays already?
Yeah, it's we're this week. His is tomorrow and mine is Friday.
Oh, you got to have a big party. Are we going to celebrate here at Govs?
Well, we're actually off tomorrow, so that's, so we're not in the studio. So maybe like Thursday or Friday we'll do something.
So do you celebrate your birthdays together every year, or do you get separate?
We do separate because it's kind of like our son is the day after mine too. So
they're all jumped in there.
It's like a whole week worth of celebration.
You've got like the Taurus house.
We do.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's that like when people aren't in agreement? Because you're all very stubborn, I bet.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So yeah, but we all have
3
different
bowls.
Moons.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So want to talk a little bit too about the May astrology, because we're getting to the end of April, and I'm just reading the comment up there. Christine Fay, she's been having some trouble with ear ringing, and if anybody out there, everyone in the Zencuda community could kind of send her a little energy, we're going to send you some healing, Christine. And of course, I open to you anytime you need Reiki. Give me a call. So May is Taurus season. It's going to be that way till about, we get into the 20s of the month. But that's easing up a little bit. So in the beginning of May, we're going to have some nice energy, actually, which would be a switch from this Scorpio energy that we have that makes us want to be like, arr. So the Taurus energy comes in pretty nice. But then we've got a couple of things that we got to be careful of in May. First one we have to be careful about is delusional info, because we've got some squares going on that can make us think things are true that aren't true. So really watch that. All right. And then around the 5th or so, that's when that's going to kind of start to come in, and that'll play out a little bit throughout the month. So just be really careful. You know, when people tell you stuff, think about what you should really believe, and especially having to do with the collective right now, with vaccines and pandemics and political stuff and things that happen in the news. Really weigh things against your conscience and your heart before you take an action, because the energy can seem kind of misinformation-like. Around the 5th of the month, we've got the Sun conjuncting Uranus. And that's usually a day when we find things on the world stage getting a little bit controversial. It wouldn't be surprised if Biden announced something to do with climate change that day, because we do have a lot of Taurus energy. The 8th, Venus and squares Jupiter, Venus and Taurus. So the 8th of May is a day that great for money. If you have to make an investment or any kind of transferring of money, the 8th is the best day in May. Stock market's probably going to do really well that day. So if you need to cash anything out, I would look around at May 8th. The 11th is the new moon. All right. And the new moon is in Taurus. So if you can hold off to planting your garden until the 11th of May, it will probably be one of the best gardens you ever have, because new moons are when we really want to start something. And we're going to talk about that in a little while. And then towards the end of the month, around the 20th, 24th, things start to get a little murky. We've got Mercury in Gemini, its home sign. Mercury in Gemini is really powerful, but at the same time, it also is squaring Neptune, which is our illusions, our dreams. So I think we'll have some very vivid dreams towards the end of May, but I also think that's the same kind of energy I was talking about with misinformation, delusions, things like that. So if anybody has any questions or comments about that, that's a really quick synopsis of May. And then towards the end of May, on the 26th, we've got a lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. And those lunar eclipse that's part of that season started a year ago. And that was when we, first heard about BLM really coming in on the rise more politically, more in the news. It was when we saw a lot of political things, diversity happening. The COVID thing was really underway. And that was all from that eclipse season that started. So now we're getting to the end of that eclipse season, towards it, and we're going to see some culminations of those events. So it's going to be an interesting month in May, but it's also going to be a little bit calmer than we've seen the last few days. So I've got Monica out there. Hey, Monica, how are you doing? If you guys want to call into the show, it's 516-465-3990. So want to talk about, hey, Janine, Christine, want to talk about the moon.
Okay.
So, everyone thinks about the moon, and we look at it in the sky and we're like, oh, make a wish on the moon, or the man on the moon, all those things when we're kids. But the moon actually governs most of our emotions. If you think about it, the moon makes the tides rise, right? Mm-hmm. All water. And humans are pretty much 80% water. So the moon has a really big effect on us and the way that we work and the way we live, on our emotions especially. So whatever sign we find our moons in is going to play a really big part in our life. And if we can find that out, it's going to help us really determine how to kind of control and handle our emotions. If you want to find your chart out there, you can do that on astro.com. And you go onto astro.com, you put in your birth date with the time and place, and you can get a free chart. And you look at where the little moon symbol is in the chart, and that'll tell you what your moon sign is in. And that'll give you a pretty good explanation of how you're operating your emotions, the things that you like as far as nurturing goes, the things that you look for to care for yourself. Terry Frattini's online, and she's saying she has her moon in Aries. So Aries moons are tough, actually, Terry. Actually, I shouldn't say that. Every energy has a good, bad, just energy, right? Hey, Aaron, how are you doing tonight? So Aries moons like to get their way. Think about that Aries energy is like a warrior, right? So a lot of times with Aries moons, they want to deny their emotions because they want to make things more of a physical action than an emotional action.
Sure, hold on.
So a lot of times Aries moons don't have patience when people are underdogs, something they have to work on. They'll want you to, get over things really quick. And they're not really boo-hooers. They don't like to see people crying, Aries moons like to take action, fix things. They're fixers, they're warriors, they're crusaders. A lot of times Aries moons when they get emotional about a cause, they'll really charge in. Remember the ram, right? The sign of the ram. They'll charge in and they take no prisoners. Their emotions run more to anger in their first initial phase than it does when they get that compassionate heart. Do we have somebody on the line? Mm-hmm. Okay, let me see who this caller is. Hi, you're on Soul Space with Georgia Rose. How are you doing tonight?
Hey, Georgia, it's me, Christine Fay.
How are you?
Well, we're going to talk about the moon, right?
Yeah.
And I just said to the woman on the phone, I want to talk about the moon, feeling full, right? Full of emotions, feeling like I was finally at a place in my life where I felt safe, I felt comfortable, I met somebody that's wonderful in my life, and then boom, this affliction of tinnitus.
Right. I know. I was reading your post the other day about that, and I felt bad because I know you a little bit on a personal basis, Christine, not super well, but enough. And I felt so bad for you because I know you're a person who really is into the senses, and your senses are so important to you. And you're someone who just has this zest for life. So it's like seeing, tasting, hearing is more important to you, I think, than a lot of people. You're like very tuned in.
It's frustrating.
I can really understand that. And one of the things that I felt as soon as I saw that post was, and I think I had mentioned it to you or wrote on the post, I felt like this was going to be temporary for you. And I feel like it's another realm or another energetic field trying to communicate with you. Because I know how much you love music and you play music. I know you do the piano. You were doing drums last year. And so for me, its sound is more than just the ringing. It's got to be something that's causing this kind of a thing. There's something almost like you're not hearing something that needs to come through.
Right, and I was equating it to my body screaming at me because it's just a high-pitched noise, and it's like my body's screaming at me, and I think it's to take care of myself.
That could very well be, and that makes sense to me. Because I was going to tell you, I really feel like you need energetic healing, either Reiki or some form of that. And I know you're very open to those kind of things.
And I've been doing everything. I've gone to Reiki, chiropractor in Florida just recently.
Yeah.
Some amazing work. And it's just, the full moon brings out a lot of emotion. And I just feel like I'm full. Yeah. And I'm going to leave after this call and go take a ride over the bridge to see the moon again.
Good.
Because it's...
So what I'm going to tell you to do is, do you know what sign your moon is in?
No, I don't, but I think you did tell me when we did the reading of the chart.
Right, okay. I'll look it up for you and text you after the show.
Okay.
But what I was going to say is I feel very strongly when you go out there, if you can go out on the beach or wherever you can go, try and feel the moon through your heart chakra. And I know you're very emotional right now, and I know it's going to feel not comfortable at first for you, but let it flow to the point where it starts to feel really comfortable and you do feel really safe, secure, and guided by that energy. If you can, think about almost like breathing in the moon through the heart.
Okay.
And I know you follow what I'm saying, and just breathing in as though your heart was like a lung. Because I feel like the heart needs that nurturing, that breath. I know you've had some losses in the last few years, and I feel I feel like you need to fill that up. This was a very, very intense emotional moon. Even for myself this past weekend, I actually stayed home and didn't really see too many people because I really knew I had my own inner work to do. And it's very important for us to recognize that and do that. And I think that this moon for you, it needs to be an opening, and don't be afraid of that. It may feel intense, but you are completely protected and guided to go into that energy to clear something.
Okay. That's what I'll do. I'm going to go take that ride, open my heart, and feel whatever I feel. And I thank you so much, honey.
Yeah, and I think,
thank you.
I'm going to tell you, I think that this is temporary. I don't think you're going to have these ringing forever. This is definitely temporary. It's just a frequency change. It's like your frequency is changing, and it happens to be manifesting in that sound.
elevating.
Yeah, definitely so.
All right.
Sweetie?
Thank you, sweetie.
Oh, you're welcome.
All
I
right.
love you.
Have a good night. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Okay.
So I have Aaron on the line on comments, and he's saying he's also an Aries Moon. And
there seem to be a lot of Aries Moon
a lot of
over
Aries
there.
Moons, and I'm going to tell you why that is, because especially this year, Uranus and other planets that just came out of Aries, Chiron is now in Aries. So it changed the energy for Aries this particular year, in the beginning of the year. Aries are doing a lot of healing work. Chiron is in their moon sign, which means that Chiron, the planet of healing, is right on their emotions. So this is energy that, depending on their chart, is going to bring up the wounds that they were brought into this life with, the challenge, the karmic experience that they are meant to understand and bring in. You know, a lot of times with Aries, the energy sometimes is, and lesson is that Aries get very indignant if don't feel respected. They want respect. They want people to, understand that they have a certain way they want things and it should be that way. Think of that ram charging in. But the downfall of that energy is that they don't carry it into their respect for others when they are acting out or expressing those emotions. So Aries will come in and have a little bit of a temper tantrum, Aries Moons, or say harsh things because they want to be respected, but they're not respecting the other. So the good side of Aries Moons and the energy to go in, I shouldn't say good or bad, it's all energy, but the better, higher octave of Aries Moons are using that fierce, forceful assertion to do the right thing, take up a cause, take up a charity. When you realize that you're very angry over something or someone has been disrespectful to you, going into where that person is and realizing that you can be that lion tamer. The lion tamer, and the card in the tarot of the lion tamer, never uses the whip. The lion tamer gets the lion around to their way of thinking by giving it compassion. So when something happens, instead of flying off the handle and using harsh words, if you can sit down and actually speak to that person and express in a more healthy way, which is what the Aries Moon is actually better at, will get more results from, then you will be respected and you actually get what that Aries Moon wants. So that's really, we have your text on screen. So that's...
No, they don't see that.
Oh, okay.
That's just for you.
Everyone's seeing it's Alex.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even look. It's just because it's my child.
So that's no, that's fine. So that's really that Aries Moon. You have a lot of aggression. You don't want to hear the crap. You don't want to know the excuse. You just want them to do what you want them to do. But when you can stop and pause and turn that aggression into assertion, Aries can rule the world then. Because if Aries can bring out their charm instead of their harshness, boy, they can turn the whole world around. So I know Terry said she's an Aries Moon. Aaron's an Aries Moon. We had somebody else who was an Aries Moon. Terry saying, oh, yeah, it's so true. Childhood issues are so intense and being released. That is so true. I even had a weekend like that. Kevin Darby is saying awesome. Thanks, Kevin. Kevin is actually, I think, one of my people from my earthbound life, my real estate life. I'm merging my lives here. So anybody else want to call in and tell me what their moon is? If you know on your chart, you can always get a free chart on astro.com. We'll talk about some moons. So the way to use the moon energy is the different phases of the moon are, first you start with your new moon. And a new moon, everyone always gets, I feel like the full moon always gets the most attention, but the new moon is actually the beginning. So when the new moon comes, we have one, I think I was saying on the 11th, we have a new moon in Taurus in May. May 11th is the next new moon. So that new moon is when you have to set your intentions. And what you want to do is wherever the new moon is, if it's in Aries or Taurus or Gemini or Cancer, whatever that sign represents, that's really what you want to try and align your intention or your new accomplishment that you want to get done on that new moon. Because as the moon goes through its cycle and becomes more and more illuminated, remember, at the new moon, we really can't see the moon. And then it becomes the crescent and the waning and the waxing moon, the gibbous moon, and then the full moon. So during that 29-day period of the moon is when we plant that little seed in the new moon and then watch it grow just like our garden. And we'll be going through different phases and different challenges depending on what we're trying to manifest. So suppose you want to manifest a new job. You put it in at the new moon. Virgo is a great sign to do that in. Taurus is a great sign to do that in. You put that intention. Intention only works when you follow it with action. If you set an intention that you want a new job, but then you put yourself in for a promotion at the old job, well, you're telling the universe you want to stay at your job. So your action always has to match your intention. It's good to do a little ritual with that. Maybe you're going to write something in your journal or do a meditation where you envision the thing you want to accomplish actually happening. So you use the new moon like that. You plant your little seed. And then as the moon becomes more illuminated and brighter throughout the 29 days, there'll be different phases. You want to back up that intention. You want to keep doing an action that supports the intention until that full moon brings it to you. And you keep watering it and feeding it and doing something that backs up that intention. Maybe you're going to go on Indeed every day, or maybe you're going to polish your resume, or maybe you're going to go on interviews. But you need to show the universe the seriousness and the action behind that intention. And using the phases of the moon to do that puts the energy in it so that the action becomes manifested. And that's how you use the moon. Monica says she's a Cancer moon. Cancer moon, especially now because Mars is in your sign of Cancer, is going to make your emotions a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more coming into action. Cancer is the crab. Cancers like to go in the shell. So Cancers always are moody people. They're ruled by the moon. So the moon is going to be really prominent in your chart, Monica. You're going to really want to watch the moon phases for how you're going to be feeling and planning things in your life. Because as a Cancer moon that's ruled by the moon, you are going to actually have some influence over wherever the moon is in real time. So that's how influential the moon is in your chart. So one of the things about Cancer moons is they're emotional, very watery energy. Cancer, water energy, the crab. But they also don't like conflict. So one of the life lessons of a Cancer moon is kind of like Aries, only in a different level. The higher octave of Cancer is to show love, have compassion, and have enough inner security so that you allow yourself to be vulnerable instead of crawling in the shell. The crab wants to crawl over the sand, but if you're in the shell, you don't get to do that. You don't get to experience the life. So if you want to experience beach life as a crab, you've got to allow yourself to be vulnerable and go out there. And a lot of times Cancer's moons don't do that. They crawl back into the shell. So really do whatever you need to do in your life to make yourself feel secure enough and at home enough, knowing home is within you, not on your back, not belonging to your family and the things around you, but within you. That's the mistake the crab makes. He thinks the home is on the back. It's not. It's in your heart. So once you can get stable enough in the heart energy, then that vulnerability of allowing your emotions to come through and truly getting the connection you want from others happens. So that's the lesson of the Cancer moon. So I hope that
was
helps
great
you.
advice. That was really cool.
Yeah, it's that's the thing. I always find that if you look at the archetypes, like Cancer, Crab, Scorpio, Scorpion, it tells you the story. So if you're just learning astrology at home, or if you're trying to learn more about your own chart, remember when you go into the signs to really look at the symbolization. One of the things that's also really beautiful, but a little bit more in depth, is when you start to read the mythology of the gods or each sign, as far as you see the signs and who they represent and things is really cool. But just look at the animals or the symbol, like Libra's the scales, Aries is the ram, Taurus is the bull. And Taurus is a very dense energy. It's an earth energy. And if you think about when the bull stands, you're not moving that bull, So there's a lot of things there. I love you, Monica. I hope that things really, get great for you. So who else did we have? We had some other people. I got to look on my comments that would tell me what their moon was. And if you want to phone in, the number is tonight's number. Don't have a lot of phone-ins tonight. 516-465-3990. Please call into the show, and I'll read your moon for you. All right? Sally, what is your moon?
I kind of have a problem with my moon.
Uh-oh.
It's probably one of the planets that I always have to work on. It's in Virgo.
Okay.
And I find, like you say, the moon is emotion. So I find that when I'm high emotion, I become more critical, and I don't really like that about
That's a
myself.
Virgo. Yeah, that's a Virgo.
So I have to, I spend a lot of time keeping it in check, you know?
Hey, let it rip.
I don't
Everybody
know.
else does. But that is the lesson for Virgo moons oftentimes is because they get emotional about the criticism. But also a lot of Virgos, they criticize themselves, like in the self-talk. Do you do that?
You know, it's funny because I probably criticize other people more.
Okay.
You know,
You're one of those.
Yeah, I'm one of them. So I really do keep it in check because I'm like, I'll just say to myself, just shut up, you know?
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the issues with Virgo is they do a lot of self-critic. But the good thing about Virgo, and this might give you some insight into that, is a lot of times people think Virgos are detached just for the reason you're saying, because they'll be critical, but they don't want to be critical. So they just kind of put the wall up.
Yeah. It's not my job to change people. So I try not to do that. So that's just it. So if I'm just being quiet and I am. Yeah. It's just,
My sister's, I have a sister who's a Virgo, and you would think she's very detached, but the thing about Virgos is they're like laser pointers, I always say, because when a Virgo is on you or into you or notices you, it is like the laser beam of the universe is on your butt.
Yeah.
You know? So Virgos are very specific. So I think, some of that criticism maybe is good because it can channel improvement.
It's good. I just, I keep it in check. Yeah, because I could be a little overwhelming.
You can. I never found that.
So, because I keep it in check.
I want to know the real Sally. Tell me what you really think. Tell me what you really think, woman.
No, it's just like I don't need to be in charge of everyone. So, now that I'm old, I know that. It took decades.
When you were younger, what was that like?
Well, because I do know what would work best.
Yeah, right. You learned the hard way.
So, but it doesn't mean I have to
lost a few friends.
Tell everyone. They could learn on their own time.
Right. Now I don't say it so much.
Yeah.
Gina's watching. Hey, Gina. Gina is the reason I'm at Govs over here. We heard you're really busy lately, Gina. I don't know. And so what else? I have to move the comments back because I know there was a couple of welcome Lou Prats. I don't know. Lou Prats is a new watcher. Got Laura Alvino here. Hi, Laura. How are you doing? Who else do we have tonight? I feel like Romper Room. Although the problem is 90% of my audience does not know what that is.
Oh, yeah, right. Maybe they do.
No. So our studio is in the back of Gov's Comedy Club, and the club is open again. So even though I'm not one of the comedians, although some people think I'm kind of funny, my friends all think I'm hysterical, but I play it down on this show.
Yeah, I do think you could, you'd have fun interviewing comics.
Yeah, that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to have some comics on the show and read them.
Yeah.
But they have to go easy on me because some of these guys are a little harsh, but they're good. So the club is open again, so come on down if you want to. And if you're interested in sponsoring my show, we're looking for some metaphysical people. If you have a store or a business and you want to sponsor the Soul Space with Georgia Rose, just give me a call and we'll set you up for some sponsorship.
Yeah, and you're actually going to be on Knock 'em Dead Comedy this coming week, right?
I am, Monday.
Monday.
I'm on Knock 'em Dead Comedy, which is Sally and Tony's show. I go on there once a month to talk a little bit astrology, a little bit whatever's going on in their crazy lives. And they have a great show. Every morning they're on. So if you don't have anything going on, you're in the car or you're anywhere, just tune in to Sally and Tony because they are very funny. And sometimes they have some pretty cool guests.
Yeah.
Who you got coming up this month?
Gosh, I don't even know. We just had a guest today who's a comic who he's been here at Governor's. Brian McGinnis, he was on today. When you're actually on next week, there'll be Danny, who actually he does our social media. So I think you'll really get a kick out of him. Yeah, he comes in and sits with us sometimes. He's a little quiet, so I think he'll get a kick out of you.
I'll get some noise out of Dan.
Ha.
Joanne Papalar says she knows Romper Room. So who else is going to tell me their moon sign? Come on, guys. I'm on the air here. I need some moons. Not like that. So I'm a Scorpio moon.
You are?
So that's why this weekend I had to hibernate because that full moon that came out.
It was a full moon, yeah.
Holy Toledo. That was some full moon. And I have like 5 planets in Scorpio. So it was all happening on my Scorpio stellium, and then all these planets in Taurus were opposing it.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit of a mess. I just kept cleaning my house and
Yeah, but as a
journaling.
Taurus, it's kind of funny. Like a lot of times, and you could tell me because you certainly know. I'm just talking about my own personal experience, but I think there's a lot of signs that they're opposite and they don't really gel well. And I've always found, for me being a Taurus, that Scorpios are fine for me. They really just are. Like, and I have I prefer just the straightforward Scorpio.
See, the thing about Scorpio moons are, I find opposites attract anyway. I'm a big believer of that. Not everyone would agree, but I'm a big believer of that. And I find the thing with Scorpio moons is we need intensity.
Yeah.
Like if you're not talking to me about something intense, I am bored out of my freaking mind.
Right, because you're not a chit chatter.
I'm not a chit chatter. I do it, I obviously have to do it in my earthbound life a lot, but I'm just like gotta have intensity. I want to know, like, I don't want to just eat an apple. I want to know where it came from, what it smells like, how much liquid's in it. I want to know like how red it is. I'm like crazy with that stuff.
Right.
I don't want to like live life. I want to bite it, chew it, feel it.
I'm Scorpio rising.
Yeah, I was
So
going to
maybe
say you
that's
definitely
why.
have Scorpio.
But
in your
that's the
chart.
only thing I have. That's the only Scorpio I have. But I don't know. My dad was a Scorpio. There's a lot of Scorpios in my life that they just seem I'm very comfortable with.
Yeah, and I could feel that because you're very passionate. So,
Yeah.
usually Taurus doesn't have passion that way. Elaine Risotto, she says that she is a Taurus moon, and that's what we're talking about. So Taurus moon, they can be a little detached, but Taurus moons want the creature comforts. They want the warm blankie, I always say, in the hot soup. And if you want to get a Taurus moon a present and make them really happy, cook them a beautiful dinner and then either give them a massage or send them for a massage. And they will love you for the rest of your life.
That's great.
Tauruses just want to feel the senses, like they're sensual beings. Not sexual, that's different. They're sensual. They want to see it, taste it, feel it, touch it. They want all their senses enveloped. And the other thing with Taurus moons are, and Sally, I don't know, you could confirm or deny this, they love foot massages. Like they like their feet to be rubbed.
Sure, yeah. I don't, like, a lot of people have problems with feet, but I don't.
Yeah. Taurus love that because they're very grounded, very, very grounded. I don't know what Laura Alvino said. Oh, that's Gina's.
Someone said there were Scorpio moon, I saw too.
Yeah, Scorpio moons. Sarah is a Scorpio moon.
That's it. Yeah.
We had some time this week with the Scorpio moons. I'll tell you, if we survive this weekend, we should all be either going out for ice cream or getting a medal. So I'm going to pick some cards. First card I'm going to pick is from my deck, the Circle of Light. Whoops! I just dropped a crystal on the desk.
Elaine's watching.
I want to talk about crystals also. Hey, Elaine, I love you. I love my Zencuda community. So I want to talk a little bit about crystals because I just realized that I left mine out on my back patio.
Oh.
I got to bring them in when I get home. All my little babies. Every full moon, I pick some of my crystals. I have an extensive crystal collection. I have a very good friend of mine, Yvonne, if you're listening, I'm sending you out a shout out, who brings me crystals and gets me to buy crystals. And she's got like the crystal connection of the universe. And so I put some crystals out on the back patio every full moon. I choose different ones. And they actually will power up your crystals. So Janine says she's an Aquarius moon. I'll get to you in a minute, honey. So whenever it's a full moon, definitely put your crystals out, especially your favorite ones, because they will illuminate and get into the moonbeams, and it channels them with psychic ability, other realms, meditation, depending on what the crystal is. So Janine's an Aquarius moon. Aquarius moons have to really work hard not to be detached. Out of all the signs, the Aquarius moon is the sign that you just want to walk away. You'll go help the village, but then you want to live 3 miles away. You don't want to live with the village. You don't want to hear the village's stuff. You just kind of want to, I'll help for an hour and then go home. So Aquariuses have to work hard to open themselves up. And the other thing about Aquarius energy that's so amazing, though, and wonderful, is Aquarians moons are very inventive and innovative, especially when it comes to their emotions. They'll find really interesting ways to make something work for them on an emotional level. And Aquarius are really service to the world. You're here to be of service to the world in some kind of an emotionally supportive way. All right. Sarah says she's been in recovery from the Scorpio Moon. She had to sleep today. That's funny. I felt like that too, except I had way too much to do. Pick this card, guys. So this is for all of us for the Scorpio Moon. I'll wait till Sally gets back. She'll fix the camera, but she's busy right now.
Actually, it's exactly on it.
Oh, good. So the Scorpio Moon, I'm sorry, what was I talking about? I don't even freaking know. So I picked this card just now, Angels. And the Scorpio Moon was really intense, but I have to say I also felt some real angelic energy coming through. And the crystals that I put out were a lot of angelic crystals. So I'm not surprised that I took this card, but I also want to just say, I don't know if Christine Fay is still listening, but I felt like this card was for her. Angels, messengers bring luminous light, just like the moon that we just had, this beautiful full moon. You'll still see it out tonight. But I definitely feel like that sound in Christine's ears, if you're still listening, is definitely angelic. So you've got angels coming in a big way. And I'm also going to pick card for a couple people. Did we have somebody on the phone?
Yeah.
And who is it? Oh, okay. You can put him on. I'm going to pick a card for David. Hey, David, how are you doing tonight?
Hi, Georgia Rose. Yeah.
Did you see that moon out there last night?
No, I fell asleep. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I didn't get to see the pink moon.
Oh.
I'm hoping I didn't get to see it. But can you pick a card out for
I am
Libra astrology and...
I'm going to pick a card for you.
Yeah.
Try and get outside tonight and look at that moon.
Yeah, I'm going to. I've got to take a picture.
David, could you turn your
Yeah.
your sound down because we're going to get an echo
Astrology and...
because there's a delay and we're going to hear that. Okay. So, David, I picked this card. It is the Five of Swords. And usually the Five of Swords, David, is a card that is battle. It means that you are working through some kind of controversy, something that is not settled yet. Do you have some kind of conflict going on in your home?
Yeah, I've been trying to get the place together, but I've been having so much back pain inflammation in my back, and my doctor's been telling me I got a lot of inflammation going on.
Okay.
I had nothing to take from my back, and
Inflammation.
Yeah, I haven't been feeling good for the past since COVID. So
I feel like you need to get outside. Can you sit in the yard at all?
well, it's not warm out yet. It's been a little chilly.
Okay.
A little bit, so.
I think it's going to be warmer in a few days. So as soon as it warms up enough for you, I think you need to sit outside and get that vitamin D from the sun.
Well, my doctor told me my vitamin D was very low when I saw
There you go. See, I know what I'm talking about. So I'm not a doctor, but vitamin D, definitely. And the sun will give you some natural, organically give you vitamin D. So that's what I would do. And I feel like you should be doing that.
Okay.
So even if you have to bundle up, let that vitamin sun come down into your crown of your head.
Okay, I will.
Right? Have a good night, David.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. So vitamin D, they were even saying, I'm not a doctor. This isn't a medical show. But I was reading somewhere that vitamin D is also really good for the immune system. And they were saying that's one of the ways to fight, viruses and COVID and all kinds of viruses. So I think everybody should be getting out there in the sun.
Yeah, it's a great time of year.
In a big way. I actually stole a few minutes this afternoon so that I could go to my lighthouse. I like to go to the lighthouse by my place of residence, and I worship the sun in the sky for a little bit, and it makes me feel better. So, Sally, do you want me to pick a soul card for you?
Oh, sure. Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
Sally, do you have any questions about astrology? What's Tony's moon?
Tony's moon is Capricorn.
Oh, that's good, though.
Yeah.
He's very stable.
Yeah, he's a Cancer rising, Taurus sun, and then Capricorn moon.
Cancer. Oh, so he loves family.
Yeah, it's really
He's got a good
it's
combination.
completely important to him, which is it's very attractive to me. I like that side of him.
Yeah, he's got a good combo. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to pick a soul card for Sally. I'm reading my text because people text me during the show. I'm like, do this, do that.
No, it's fine.
I get instructions.
It's
Hey,
kind of the nice thing about like live shows. You never
I
know
feel very
what you're going to
relaxed
get.
tonight. Sometimes the phones are going crazy in here and we're all going nuts. And tonight's really nice, relaxing show. 516-465-3990. Call into the soul space. any question you got about astrology, and I will answer it for you. So, soul card for Sal. Okay. Sally. Oh, Sally, you're very protected. I got what I call my superhero card. This is Archangel Michael. This card for me always means like superheroes, you're really protected. I know we were talking about something before the show. So if you can take this card to heart, Sally, you have, look at this card. You've got so much protection around you.
I'm getting hugged.
You're getting hugged by a big blue super angel who's my angel Michael. And I feel like definitely behind you, around you. I also feel, is your dad on the other side?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I feel like your dad's coming through from the other side.
Yeah, I feel him often.
Giving you a big hug, just like this superhero angel that we just got out of the soul cards.
Yeah, I actually just wrote about him today on Facebook, so that was funny.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I have to go look. Your dad's really, really around you, and I feel like he's just kind of coming in from behind, putting his arms around you, hugging you, you know, almost in like a don't worry kind of way. And for some reason, he's saying to me, and I very rarely, I don't even remember ever getting this saying, he's saying to me, whatever will be, will be.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's something he used to say in life, but I'm hearing that. And I almost feel like, I remember there was a song by Doris Day.
Yeah, I was just like laughing about that because he would sing that.
Oh, that's what he used to sing.
Yeah.
So that's why he's telling me that.
Yeah, just to be funny.
There you go. So I guess I know some things about other realms.
That's so funny. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
why I was sitting here smiling. I'm like, oh my goodness, is he like singing that song?
So that's confirmation that he's coming through for you.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, he's really around you and your family. So
Good.
just like lean on him, because I always say if someone loved you on this side and they're on the other side, their love is 10,000 times more than we could ever even imagine. I'm going to pick a card for Laura Alvino, and I'll pick a card for Janine Gemelli. So, Laura, I'm going to pick a soul card for you. Let's see if my psychic ability lately has been so freaking heightened. It's from that moon energy. It's all on my stellium. Whenever you have more than 3 planets or so in a sign, it's called a stellium. So, Laura Alvino, we got this card for somebody else last week. This card is like my happy, happy, joy, joy card. I always say this card looks like somebody is just full of life, full of love, and jumping up and down. So if there's anything that you've been waiting to happen or wanting to happen, keep your thoughts really, really positive, because I think it's going to happen. I feel like you have some really beautiful outcome coming to you about something. So this is like the happy, happy, joy, joy card. I don't know you, Laura, so I don't know like age-wise or anything. I don't know if you have small children around you that are yours or grandchildren, but I'm feeling like there's some kind of a really great outcome with a child. So if you've been worried about a child or anything to do with children, for some reason the green in this card is just speaking to me about that. So take that with you, that you're going to have a really beautiful outcome with anything that has to do with children, and a good outcome. I'm going to pick a card for Monica. I'm on my soul cards tonight. They're just speaking to me. So I'm going to use this deck of soul cards. Also have my oracle cards that I created, Circle of Light cards, which you can get on Zencuda.com. Those are 22 cards that I created and wrote a booklet for, that are all infused with the energy of healing and light. Was the labor of love that I did. So you can find that on my website. And Laura said, the something happy is that you will be hanging with me on the boat soon. That's Gina says to Laura. I guess Laura and Gina are having a party on the boat. Hope they invite me. Okay. So, and I'm going to give a card to Joanne. Joanne, all the cards just spilled out on the desk. So you have a lot of energy coming in. All right. Don't forget, guys, you can actually get a personal reading online here if you want to call into the show. What's that number, Sal?
516-465-3990. And it's on the screen. But
Okay. Joanne, this is your card. And I feel like this card this week is one of personal contemplation. I'm going to tell you, and I know this may be hard to hear. I don't like to hear it when people say it to me. But you need to focus more on yourself than others right now. And I feel like it's really about changing something within. You know, we always say change is an inside job. I know you're very worried about other people in your life. I can feel that. But this is really, you got to take care of yourself. And I'm going to send you, and I'm going to ask everyone in the Zencuda community to send Joanne some love and some hugs and some really beautiful light, because her energy is definitely in need of boost. She's definitely depleted. I feel your energy depleted. You have to focus on yourself and not others. I'm going to pick a card for Aaron, because I was actually messaging back and forth with Aaron. Aaron's out of state. Aaron lives in Texas over the weekend, and I know he had some challenges. For the second time, they were like trying to steal his rims on his car. Aaron, I just picked the same card for you as I had earlier for Sally.
Oh, we're going to get hugged together.
Angel. Yeah, definitely. You guys got hugs, hugs, hugs. Your superhero angel. And I got to tell you, this is protection. You know, you Aries Moon people over there got to calm down and allow the universe to protect you, because it's time for you guys to rest. All right, I'm going to pull another card for you, Aaron, because they're telling me to do that. Don't usually do, but I will. Telling me to go to my tarot cards. Look at all those hearts that Monica sent for Joanne. That's beautiful. Thank you. And if anybody is looking for me, you can find me on Zencuda Official on Instagram, and you can also find me on YouTube on Zencuda, where there's over 100 different videos. Got to update my videos. Aaron, I got the Queen of Cups. So I don't know who the lady in your life is, but I feel like somebody is speaking to you. Maybe
hold that on. I just want to get the right camera. Okay, good.
Maybe this is your mom, Aaron. I got the Queen of Cups, and I feel like this is somebody who wants to nurture you. Maybe sometimes when you get angry or you lose your temper or that Aries Moon comes out, it's about the fact that you really need a hug. So I'm going to say, you know, reach out to your mom, because I feel like you need to connect with her. You need that nurturing. If not your actual mom, then someone who's like a mom to you. I feel like you need a little hug and nurturing. And I'm going to ask everyone out in the Zencuda community to send Aaron some beautiful light and love and hug. And every one of you who's listening right now, please just always remember what a beautiful, miraculous creature you are, and that you were created to have a beautiful purpose on this earth. And when we surround ourselves in negative emotion, negative action, negative energy, we lose sight of that beautiful purpose we were created for, which is to love one another. So, love, love, love. Please love one another. Okay. That inspirational message was brought to you by Circle of Light cards from Zencuda. Go on the damn website and buy some. Okay. So, all right. See, I can be funny, I think. Maybe two people thought I was. I don't know. Anthony Rodet is going to come in and be like, get this girl out of my chair. What's going on? Okay, so this card is for Janine. Janine, you got the same card as Joanne. And I'm going to give you the same message, because I feel like this is about taking care of yourself, not others. You know, don't worry about other people, especially family members. This is Janine's year. This is Janine's time. So go forward, be contemplative. Just like Christine said, she's going to the beach tonight, you know. Do that for yourself. Get a massage. Go do something that's just for you, you know. So I'm going to take a final question that I will dissertate on. What's the final question, guys? What's it going to be? You can either write it in the comments, or somebody can call into the show. Hey, you know who I didn't see tonight was John Minetta.
Right. Oh, you know, I feel like I saw him just in the beginning, maybe. Maybe it was someone else.
He's my #1 fan badge. No, we're missing Minetta this week. I hope he's doing good. Maybe this is him. I hear the phone ringing. John Minetta is my very most first fan and strongest fan. So
welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi.
Soul Space.
Hello.
Hello.
This is Sarah Johnston.
Hi, Sarah. How are you? Thanks
Good,
for
how are
calling
you?
in. We had
Yeah.
a slow night tonight. So how was that? how was that Scorpio Moon for you?
Oh, it was hardcore.
It was. I know. I was saying we're both Scorpio Moons. Oh my gosh! But you're feeling better today?
I am feeling better today. Yes.
Now, did
Yes, much
anything
better.
like happen in your life that was a little bit of an earthquake or a shakeup, or have you
Just maybe not a full earthquake, but
a tremor?
but close.
That's good. So, do you have a question for me, or
No.
you want to?
Well, you
Yeah.
earlier I was wondering if my dad was around. You had mentioned somebody else earlier, so
Okay. Let me. I'm actually going to see if he'll come through for me through my cards.
okay.
Is your dad, like, does he have roots to, I know recently you and I spoke and you had a new guide coming in, and I felt like a lot of Celtic energy, Irish ancestry. Was your dad Irish?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, because I feel like that kind of energy coming through from him, many, like, generations back. Let me see what I can get, though. Yeah, my nostalgia card came out, so he's definitely around you.
Okay.
I feel like he's actually very easy to contact or talk to, but I feel like you don't 100% believe that, so it doesn't come to you. If you can go into a meditation or a quiet time and really feel his presence, remember what he was like, remember his energy, I think you're going to definitely hear from him or feel his presence in some kind of message, even if it's, something that comes to mind, because I feel like you're definitely blocking it. And the last card I pulled was the Temperance card, which whenever I get the Temperance card, to me is almost like sound, even though Temperance is balance and even, because this card is like, it always, to me, around the head, it has so much energy that I feel like that's hearing something. So I think that it's really important for you. He's there. He's there for you. He's around you. He's showing me. He's showing me that he wants you to feel him. Do you have a place in your home where you have a picture or a photo of him?
Yes.
Okay, because it's like he wants that. Like, light a candle by that. Just meditate on him a little bit, because I feel like his energy is going to come in for you in a way that will be really healing. You need to feel that healing energy from him.
Okay.
I feel like there's some unfinished business there, is the only way I can put it.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, like there was something that needed to be said before he passed.
Okay.
Yeah, so take that with you and, try and contact him, because he's there. And I believe we all have the ability to hear our relatives or hear a message from them, even if it's just a thought in our minds. I truly believe that.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it's like early morning stuff, like just as I'm waking up. Like that seems to be the
when
time.
You're between sleep and wake, that's very common.
Like it doesn't seem to be like going to sleep, but like waking up, it seems to be like the time.
Right. Well, a lot of people always ask me, I don't know if you have this, Sarah, or anybody else, but a lot of people will say to me, when I'm falling asleep, I see faces all the time.
Oh, really? And
people say, oh, well, that's because, you watch TV or this or that. I don't believe that. I believe it's energy coming through and spirits,
I have definitely had him come into a dream before, and I felt his hand, I felt the warmth, I felt his breath. It was amazing.
Yeah, and I think you're going to have another experience like that, especially right now where the planets are aligned and where the energy is the veil between worlds is very, very thin. So find whatever tool you need to use, as far as if it's a crystal or if it's, meditation or just something, sometimes holding something of his if you have something, or just looking at his picture, candle gazing. But I really feel like the door is going to open and you're going to get some kind of experience.
Okay.
My dad's in a like you could do those like little mini urns that are like shot glasses. So we like take my dad on road trips. Like, hey Dad, I'm going to a bar. You want to go to a bar with us?
Oh my God, that's too funny. Too funny. Thank you for calling in tonight, Sarah.
All right, thank you very much. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Laura and Gina are having like their own little conversation.
I know.
Hey, get off my show.
Get a room.
Oh my gosh. Yes, so everybody send some love to Joanne. She's in quarantine with COVID. And anybody else out there who has COVID, I'm sending you all our love. That's a horrible thing to go through. I have allergies, so I know. Now, who's on tonight after me? We got...
Domestic disturbance.
Oh, domestic disturbance. Tim is such a great guy. He did some things for me. I love that.
He's so helpful. He's such a decent human being. You don't want to throw that out very often.
No, watch his show, guys. Domestic Disturbance is on after us. And then is Rodea on later tonight?
No, actually, Rodea is he has
traveling?
Shows around the countryside. So
he's traveling.
He won't be here this week or next week.
Oh, that's okay. So now Aaron is asking me, do you think the job I've been waiting on that keeps popping in and out will finally come? Yes, whenever I have, and this is a good thing to mention, whenever I have a client that I'm seeing either psychically or astrologically, I always feel like if they have a repetitive circular thing happening in their life, it's because there's something they're not completing. So think about how you could do something differently and do that, and then the energy will probably culminate. That's my best advice. We have a caller. Hello, this is Georgia from Soul Space. How are you tonight?
Hi, it's Laura.
Hi, Laura. Laura Alvino.
Yes.
You and Gina having this big conversation on my show, man. You should just come in the studio.
We're going to come visit you soon at the station.
I would love that. It would be like the funniest show we'd ever have. I'll read you and Gina live in person.
Oh God. Yeah, that would be fun.
It'll be the 4 crazy gals.
Yeah, exactly. You're saying it now, actually.
Yeah. So what?
I guess it's on.
What's going
delay.
on with you guys? You have a question for me?
No, I wanted to because you said that they're having their own conversation, so I figured I would pop in and say hello.
Oh, hey, how you doing, Laura? So now, do you know where your moon is?
Actually, what is my sign is May.
Oh, so you're Taurus?
Yes, next week.
Okay. Oh, yes.
Is my birthday.
You'd be a Taurus. So I don't know what your moon is. We're talking about moons tonight, but Taurus is Sally's a Taurus, Tony's a Taurus, and Sally's kid is a Taurus.
Mm-hmm.
So,
oh, jeez.
Yeah, so you guys should just have a Taurus show.
We rule the world.
Yeah, you could come in. Taurus is the bull, so you come in. And you could come in and just bullshit.
Yep. See, you are funny.
Yes, she's.
So Taurus, your lesson in life, my dear. I have never met her. I'm going to tell her lesson in life. Your lesson in life for Taurus is to be able to let go. Taurus loves security, and it places security on a lot of material things. And Taurus needs to understand that security really takes place inside. You don't need the material things. You don't need the creature comforts of life. That you can be secure wherever you are in your own skin.
Okay.
So, doesn't sound like fun, huh?
No. But actually, it's true.
Yeah, I know.
But the card was kind of true tonight, too, because I'm actually, I just received an email today for a second interview for a job.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I was laid off in November due to COVID.
Sounds like things are turning around. You know, the thing that's dangerous for Taurus is Home Shopping Network. Like,
that's my cousin Gina.
Yeah, if you can't sleep at night, Home Shopping Network is not a Taurus friend. And the thing is, they won't buy, like, they'll buy some shiny objects, but they'll buy, like, the electric blanket, the waffle maker that makes the best waffles.
That you never use when it comes.
Right. So that's the thing. And Jack is a Taurus, also Gina's husband, she's telling us.
Yes, his birthday is today, actually.
Oh, see? What is it with all you Taurus? Now, see, count back 9 months, like, because I know a lot of people, like
it was summer. Like, I always think to myself, because my
hot August night.
My other sister is born in the beginning of April, and I'm like, ew, Dad had summer vacation every year.
Well, the funny thing is that I have like about 5 girlfriends and myself. We're all Libras. So one day, one of these, we go out to dinner every year. One year we're sitting at dinner, and somebody says, "Well, you're all New Year's babies."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What?" Mm-hmm. And they're like, "Yeah, your parents all had sex on New Year's, and
That's
you guys were all the result."
Or Valentine's Day babies,
right, or
like a little later.
Baby. Yeah.
Yep.
So funny. I think we have a lot of COVID babies coming in.
Yeah, it's funny. I during the spring I work, or in the fall I work at White Post Farm, and everyone was about 7 months pregnant, walking around. It was the funniest thing.
Gina says she just bought a Spurtle from Late Night TV. What the heck is a Spurtle? Is that like some new astrology planet, or what is a Spurtle? I don't know.
Spurtle.
I don't know.
Is it a girdle that spurtles?
That spurts because it's too tight.
You're going to have to tell us what that is. You can't leave us hanging.
You're going to have to come in here.
30 seconds left to the show, Jean.
You're going to have to wear your spurtle here.
Is the Spurtle for you or Jack? I don't know. So, all right. All
right, thank you.
Good luck on your job interview, Laura.
Yeah, good luck. I hope you get it. You should. I mean, it's a good time. When is the interview?
It's Thursday.
Thursday's a good day to go.
Yes.
Yeah, Thursday's a good day. Okay.
Okay.
Bye. Oh, Joanne says it's a spoon, and she almost bought it too. You know, they should just like sleep all day and have fun all night because these people are all up in the middle of the night watching Home Shopping Network. That's crazy.
So funny.
I couldn't even tell you what the heck channel that is. But so Gina bought a Spurtle, Joanne almost bought it, and we're all talking about our moons tonight, and I think that's the show. I think Govs will have me back tomorrow, back next week.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And Monday I'm going to be on, she got the one with 7 different sizes. This is getting really funky now. So Monday I'll be on Knock 'em Dead.
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock in the morning, just for a little while, not for the whole time.
Whatever you want. The door is open for you.
I'm only going to stop in and stop out.
Okay.
Because being here at 11 o'clock in the morning on Monday means I'm going to be working Monday night on the stuff I didn't get done Monday morning.
Okay.
So thanks for tuning in, Gina and Joanne and everybody out there in the Zencuda community. You can find me on Facebook, on Georgia Rose on Zencuda Official on Instagram, and of course on my YouTube channel, Zencuda. And drop me a line, drop me a message if you want a private reading or a healing session.